This episode is brought to you by Dragon Snack Games, Buffalo's full-line hobby game store featuring one of Western New York's largest selection of board games, gaming miniatures, model paint, dice, role-playing games, collectible card games, and more. I have actually been to this place. It's massive, much bigger than you would think. Check it out. That's Dragon Snack Games.
Hello, Nomads, and welcome to episode 6, chapter 6 of the Book of Boba Fett. This will be our quick review, and this episode is called From the Desert Comes a Stranger. I am your host, Eric, and who do I have with me for this episode? I have Brandon.
You guys get out of here, and we can chalk this one up to you guys reading the map wrong.
Oh, that's a good one.
And I got Dave here with me.
Mine's way less cooler. I'm just gonna go with the standard do or do not. There's some try.
There's some try.
Sure.
And yeah, I don't even know where to start with this one. There's just so much to talk about. I feel like we're all just kind of itching to get into it. But like we always do, let's just start.
Yeah,
right
Dave, did you like it?
With our
Dave?
impressions.
That's
Yes.
fantastic.
I know Eric and I know. I can just tell.
It's fantastic.
Okay.
This was like every
It was
Star Wars
excitement the
fan's
whole time.
dream.
okay.
Yeah.
Like, this was like a giant fan service because this is what everybody's wanted to see. Like, what happened to Grogu? Where's the baby Yodas? And
I
see
honestly
him do all sorts of cool shit.
didn't think we would see that in the Book of Boba Fett in this season at all. I thought they would save that. Like I said last week, I was saying that I thought they would save this for season 3 of The Mandalorian.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
It's like,
And
what do
I
they
was-
have in store
I was shocked.
there?
yeah, exactly. What is season 3 of The Mandalorian going to be?
Kind of feel bad for Boba a little bit, just because his thunder's
He's getting
being
snubbed a
stolen.
little bit.
So
Well,
to balance it out, the last episode. He's just going to have to go on an absolute tear and just prove why he's a badass, because he just let the newcomer walk all over him. And and some old school ones, like, you know, and seeing some like true gems like Ahsoka and Luke together, like, whoa,
Right.
because you know
That was awesome.
she was trained by her dad. I'm sorry, she was trained by his dad. You know, so it's just
So my question
interesting to
is,
see.
I mean, we're skipping to the end here, but you have Luke at the end giving Grogu this choice of, you know, you take this armor, which Dave, you were absolutely correct last week when you said
Chainmail.
it was
Yeah.
Grogu chainmail.
which
Yep,
is pretty sweet.
that was pretty
Although he's
cool.
probably going to grow out of it pretty quick. I don't know.
It is really
Like,
small.
He's a pretty tiny baby.
He's a pretty tiny baby. And then Luke pulled out Yoda's lightsaber. I was like, come on, man. Come on.
That's a pretty, like, I don't know how do we know how old Grogu is? We just know
He's
he's
like 50 some years old.
He's 50. Yeah,
50,
he's around
yeah.
there.
But
Yep.
that's like a baby, and I don't know. It's not like a baby though, because he's jumping from rocks, jumping like training droids.
Yeah,
and
he's
stuff
he's
that,
like a
so.
toddler in Yoda race years or whatever. Something
That's
like that.
That's a fucking decision to put in front of a little
Right?
a little man.
All right,
Like,
so why don't
Are we going to...
There's a lot
Go ahead.
there's a lot that happened in this episode. We really could just gush over just about everything, but I think there are like a couple acts in this movie. There's the country
Oh, yeah.
sheriff,
It's like
The
split up.
country, yeah, the western, like that whole thing, because it bookends it, right? It starts the episode and it closes the episode. Oh no, it doesn't. I'm sorry. It has the baby
The
Yoda
Luke-
thing
Well,
at the end.
opens
choice.
it opens with the shot of the moisture farm and the pikes rolling
Yeah,
through, and then
let's just
Timothy
go over that.
Oliphant's.
Let's just
Yeah.
go over that whole thing, because he's kind of doing the spice thing. He stops that, so we know where he stands.
Mhm.
And the Mandalorian is kind of like, yo, remember when we worked together? I might need your help, and you got people who know how to shoot here. And like, okay, that was cool. But then later on, that's where I think the real oh shit thing happens with this part. And
Oh, yeah.
I've never seen, like, this is from the Clone Wars, right?
Yeah, this
Yeah.
Cad Bane was his name, the blue guy you're talking
Okay.
about, right?
Is he the guy that put the dent in his helmet? In Boba
I
Fett's helmet?
I don't know that it's specifically that, but I know that.
I know that Boba and this guy I was reading up on a little bit, because none of us here, just disclaimer, we haven't really seen it too much of the Clone Wars.
No, I think
But-
many people have, and I think this is what's
No.
the genius about this.
Right, but
these
we
last two
haven't
episodes is really
specifically.
pushing us to
Yeah.
catch up on that stuff.
Right, exactly. It does make me want to watch it. Last week I watched it right after we stopped recording this, and I definitely want to watch more. But yeah, I know that him and Boba Fett have a duel, and it kind of leaves it ambiguous of Cad Bane's fate. So it's interesting that they brought him back here.
Previously, or like,
previously, yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Because all I really knew about him was that he's just a bad guy bounty hunter from the Clone Wars.
He's supposedly one of the best bounty hunters in the universe, in the Star Wars universe.
Oh.
So
Okay.
He's got some pretty high. He's renowned in that space, anyways.
Yeah, I was reading up with he did a bit with, the Hutts, did some with the Confederacy or whatever, the Confederates, and then he did stuff with Sidious too. So
yeah,
I don't know.
Hold on a second, but he was blaming Boba for working for the Empire, and you're telling me he worked with the Emperor. So
I don't know. Maybe he's just probably saying that to.
Yeah, who knows? Right?
Right.
Again, he's a mysterious. But how cool was it that all of these shots were so different from everything else? I thought they were very Western. The camera angles,
100% ripped from a
in
Western.
front of the camera, and then you see this guy out yonder just blurred by the heat.
Dude, I love that. It was just good old fashioned Western stuff, man.
Yeah, where's he coming from? He didn't just walk.
He's just walking through the desert, literally walking through the desert.
Like,
I mean, that's literally the title of the episode. The stranger comes from the desert, or whatever. But yeah, that whole scene was awesome, and the showdown and everything. And the deputy there, I think he's dead. He's down for the count. He got shot 3 times, but I don't think the marshal is dead. He got shot once in the shoulder.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got shot in the shoulder.
He was down, so he's not out yet.
He took probably 8 points of damage. He'll be fine. Hoping to see a saber come out of there or something like that. There's going to be a red lightsaber at some point in one of these shows.
Dude, I was just thinking about this while I was watching. Way back on the first episode, I asked you guys if we're going to see a lightsaber in this
series.
My
God, did we not?
And I thought, my answer was, I thought no, but they can't help themselves, man. They got to have lightsabers. We saw Luke whipping out his lightsaber, Yoda's lightsaber, and then we get the flashback of Grogu and Order 66 and everything. That was pretty intense.
That was really nice with the Luke and Yoda stuff. I thought it was handled very well. We got to see how a Jedi temple is built. Just, spider droids or crab droids or whatever. I thought that was really cool. And we saw R2. I knew it was R2 just by the little satellite thing. I was just like, is this R2? And I was like, all right, I'll allow it. This is cool. And of course he would be. And then we see CG Luke, and I'm actually enjoying it. He didn't much improvement from the first.
He looks really good. He looked really good.
A lot of it too, and
there's a lot. And his face was front and center and everything. They were pretty confident in that, and I thought it looked really good.
Yeah, good job. And making Grogu jump.
Better.
I have a question.
Grogu jump. Yeah,
I have a question. Is this the same planet from The Last Jedi? Because
I don't think so. The temples are the same, though. The temples,
the structures, the buildings were the same. That's exactly what I was thinking. I mean, I know the planet in The Last Jedi is full of water and everything, blah, 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 blah.
It's Octu, and I don't know what this one is.
So it's not. Yeah, this is where he starts his Jedi Academy, and then after the Jedi Academy goes south, he leaves, right?
Yeah, he's hiding. That's where he hid.
The only reason I thought of that was because of the buildings looked exactly the same.
I want to see.
He brought some ant workers with him. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see his X-wing. Goddammit! Again, up close.
Oh yeah, it's there.
I
want Boba Fett, Mando, and Luke to park their rides next to each other. Please, give me that scene,
man.
Please just give me that lineup, and then have them running to them and getting on, and I'll be fucking set.
My God, yeah, it's insane.
Yeah,
like you said,
it was weird that it went from it changed paces a lot, where it went from went from the Western, then it went to the training montage for a little while, and then it went. I mean, we saw Boba Fett. We did see him this episode at least.
I wasn't sure if we were gonna not see him again, but in the last 10 minutes, they went back to Tatooine when Mando shows up.
Can't have 2 full episodes without it, with his name on it, but he's kind of, I guess, the centerpiece of it. But it's not like the show's even I guess the beginning of the season was about him, but since then, since he's we've cleaned up his backstory, it's all just been moving forward after we got through the flashbacks.
Yeah, it's kind of just a continuation of the events of The Mandalorian, essentially.
Yeah.
Like those two shows are so inherently connected that I feel like now with Mando season 3, since Mando is with Boba Fett is also going to be, it's kind of going to be like a continuation of the story, you know?
I'm down for it. It's different, but it doesn't interfere. I mean,
I imagine
Mando's a little bit more interesting, I guess, at this point, but whatever.
I imagine this, like, the Book of Boba Fett is going to be just a one-off thing. It's kind of like an intermission between Mando Season 2 and Mando Season 3. Like, The Mandalorian is the main show, but then, like, this was kind of acted as, like, we get to see what happened to Boba Fett, and that kind of catches us up with the main storyline of The Mandalorian.
Well, they could potentially kill him off. They could kill him off.
That's true.
That's true. Tragedy.
That's
true. No, they killed off Jessica Biel's character. The casino woman.
Oh, yeah. But listen, if you don't see the death on screen, that there's, she could still be alive.
Her body vaporized and burned.
Dude, I'm just saying, from my experience with TV shows, if you don't see them die on screen, they could still be alive. She could crawl out of the rubble. Han
Solo is alive as well.
Yeah, you never know.
We pray. That rings true.
My concern was, I don't think Max Rebo was in there playing. I didn't see him, so I hope he's not dead.
Oh, you got the guy playing the jizz clarinet. Like,
he's dead.
The standard blue guy, like the blue guy, yeah. Or no.
But I don't think Max Rebo was in there that night because there was like a droid playing the drums and then you had the clarinet dude, but I didn't see Max Rebo, so maybe he had a night off and got lucky.
Ooh. He needs the book of Max Rebo for sure.
I could say if they do make Boba just like a one-off and kind of wrap him, like it's cool just that we're just getting like a series of just like Star Wars shit just constantly going.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't want to wait from, them to produce one season of Mando to the other. You can, flop something in there in the middle. If Book of Boba's, Mando 2.5, then you have season 3 of Mando, then maybe do like a season of Ahsoka or
I'm glad that there's
Grogu
overlap
all by
here.
himself, or just keep if you keep
Ahsoka is getting her own show, right?
She is, yep.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
One question I had about Ahsoka. I know this is dumb, but I know that she is an alien race, whatever, aging doesn't matter, but she's got to be pretty old. Because if you think about it, she was Anakin's apprentice.
She was probably like 16. She was young.
So she was young back in the day.
She was like
and
a teenager
this has to be
training.
like 30, at least 30 years after that.
30 years, probably,
40
right?
years. So I was just thinking that. That was just a dumb thought that came into my head.
I
like,
think
she
she's
should
just
look older.
I think it's just like alien.
It's just got to be alien stuff. I'm glad we got to see Ahsoka again. And I love the training montage with Grogu, and obviously you had the callback to Luke having Yoda on his back, running through the woods and everything.
The
like,
training
that was just like, the training remote, the remote training remote and everything.
The whole frogs out of the pond thing was kind of like the X-wing thing with like let me show you what's going on here. Kind of.
My question is, do we see the conclusion of Grogu and Luke, like that choice in Boba Fett, or are they going to save that for Mando season 3? Like, do we see that in the finale of Book of Boba Fett, or is, from my impression, at the end, when everybody's gathered, you have Boba's crew with the Mando, you got Black Chrysanthemum, everybody's together, they're ready to fight. My impression is that the season finale is just going to focus on that, and we won't see any more of Luke and Grogu until Mando. That's my prediction. I don't know if they're going to save that or do it in the next episode.
I think we're seeing. It could be Thrawn could be showing up, right? Is he alive at this point?
Sweet.
Well, think about it. You know the Emperor's story, and Vader would be dead at this point. Kylo's not around, or he's a baby at this point. So
he's probably not even born yet.
Yeah, probably not. I mean, this is pretty fresh after, But anyways,
it's sorry. Something with in the Vader books, like it's the Thrawn books. Sorry, he ends up going to like not the outer rim where like Tatooine is. He goes to like the unknown sectors for a while, where the First Order kind of starts up, and I think he has a hand in some of that stuff out there. But I think that's where I forget what the other race of guys are. They have like the lightsaber deflecting armor and stuff like that, and they come and fuck up the Jedis for a while. I don't know if it's still canon or not anymore, but I think that's where he would be. But that would be super awesome if he.
Well, just think if he appears.
I could see
Because who's? Why do we care about the spice, and why do we care about the guys, the syndicate? Right? We just don't know. We should be worried about the New Order starting up or leftovers of the Empire. But here we are worrying about these. Like they look like easy to take out. Like I don't see like a menacing army of these guys being a problem with Tatooine. So I don't get.
I feel like someone has to be higher up. You know, controlling them, and we're gonna see that. Yeah, because we had in Mando, Grandma or Gideon was taken care of. Moff Gideon was taken care of, which he was like, I think the highest ranking like Empire quote unquote whatever it was officer at that time. So someone is probably has already taken his place, whether that's Thrawn or someone else that's controlling, this Pike Syndicate and everything. So.
Well, where was Ahsoka? I mean, I don't know this stuff, but like, where was Ahsoka when Luke he was being trained by Obi-Wan Kenobi, who was supposed to be like the last, like Obi-Wan Kenobi is the last Jedi, and then, well, no, there's also Yoda, but Yoda's dying, and then he dies, and then it's like Obi-Wan's dead and Yoda's dead, so like Luke, you were the
everybody
last
was in
Jedi.
hiding.
But
all the Jedi were in hiding.
Ahsoka was created post, I get that, but like, what was she fighting Thrawn? What was she doing? Fighting another villain? Like, why wasn't she concerned about the Emperor? Because
I had no idea.
I imagine she was just in hiding
that are unaccounted for.
Hiding.
Yeah.
So
that's
they went in. All of them went into exile and after Order 66 and everything, just so they wouldn't be hunted down.
She couldn't pop out at all towards the end, though.
I'm sure there's other things detailing her stories. I don't know. That's what I just assume.
Right. It's the Jedi thing to do, is to go into hiding, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but like, what good does going into hiding do for any of the other?
To preserve the order.
Yeah, but then you just all die one at a time of old age. Like they don't.
They're
don't
waiting.
Have, like, a meetup.
They're waiting for the right moment to emerge. That's what Luke's trying to do at this point. He's trying to start the new Jedi Academy, and Grogu's the first student.
Is he?
Or is he? Uh-huh.
Get like a Professor X and Cyclops vibe from those two.
Oh yeah.
Who knows? But it was I don't know. There was a lot of unexpected stuff this episode, which I thought was super sweet between all the Grogu stuff and all the Luke stuff and all the Ahsoka stuff, and then Cad showing up, getting nasty out there. So I don't know.
It was sad. I felt bad for Mando because he knew he had to he knew before he had to let Grogu go, but he came back one more time. He just wanted to see him one more time.
Even Mando's like,
he didn't even get to.
This creature's too cute. He's too cute.
Right?
Could you imagine? Like, we think he's cute, seeing him through a TV. This motherfucker is in the ship.
The way when Grogu was trying to jump,
fighting.
Like that was the cutest thing ever. When Grogu was trying to jump and everything. Oh,
fantastic!
So
even Mando's like, I can't. Like, he probably made up that rule.
Right.
It's like it says, right. I have to come here and see him. I'm going to thank you, little guy. Come with me. Check this thing out. Check out my new fighter. And just steals him. He just wanted to kidnap him, but he's like, I can't take on two Jedis.
We'll see. I don't know. They could always. I mean, they can go any number of directions with it too. They could have Luke have to fly off to take care of something else.
I hope
drop him
Grogu
off
chooses.
For babysitting.
I hope Grogu chooses Mando.
Because then we'll get
more Mando
adventures
everything. In season 3. Yeah, exactly.
You get to see how the Mandalorian works because you get to see him with Grogu again. But we also know that. Well, hold on a second. You can't kill Grogu off with Kylo's thing in episode 7 and 8, whatever they were trying to show us there. So unless he died there, but
yeah, what are the implications? Yeah, the implications are that Kylo Ren kills Grogu.
So he wasn't there. Take him out of the equation.
Right, exactly.
No, he's a Jedi. He goes into hiding. That's what they do.
That's true. I mean, Grogu could have escaped and been on some,
he'd still be so young.
Places. Yeah,
he'd be too young to be going into hiding. But I don't know. How cool was it to see that flashback of Order? Order 66.
Order 66. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just cool to see that. Like so many things were.
I want to know how he escaped that because, like, the Jedi that were
they took him.
Oh, they took. Oh, that's right. You're right. Exactly. Okay. Yeah, that was a good. Yeah, I like that we got that little flashback
because Grogu's the one where they got the ability to I don't know. To get the Emperor
so
back
long
or something
ago.
like that, to like take his
Yeah.
old DNA and clone him or something like that. I don't know.
Oh, don't bring that shit in. But, no.
I mean, it's canon. It is what it is. It's up to Filoni to write the ship and connect the dots so that it's like 1, 2, and 3. Those movies suck, and now we're watching Book of Boba Fett, and we're like, well, I know they don't suck, but I'm just people get upset, but I'm just now I think they're doing a good job where it's like, you know what, I actually kind of like that. It makes me want to go back and and rewatch episode 2, the one that most people frown upon, and I think it's just like a good thing.
Those ones just got better.
Oh yeah,
as they came out. 1 was the worst. 2,
Revenge of the
three
Sith.
is the best of the whole series. Yeah,
I will defend Revenge of the Sith till the end.
And I love Phantom Menace, even if it has Jar Jar Binks. It has an awesome pod race, and it has Darth Maul, and it has awesome music.
Listen,
Okay.
Obi-Wan is my guy, and there was a lot of Obi-Wan. So in the whole prequel trilogy, man, Kenobi, can't wait for that.
Well, it is crazy because this is a TV show. Obviously, it's Star Wars, it's Disney. They're using their latest tech for this stuff, but it is Star Wars in series format. It's not like a 2-hour movie. We're watching 30 to 40 kind of minute long chapters of these new characters, but it's sprinkling in these characters that we know from the movies, Luke Skywalker. And here we are seeing Luke having, I don't know, probably 20 minutes or so of the episode just hanging out with Grogu, hanging out with Ahsoka, R2, like post episode 6. It's just something that I didn't know if you would ever see this, kind of something you have in your head, and here we are. I watched this episode twice, and the first time I was watching, I was like, all right, they're gonna fuck up the CG. Like, where is it gonna like annoy me? It didn't bother me.
That's what I was looking for.
And the second time I watched it, I just went with it. I get to appreciate this the scenes.
It's pretty incredible that they were able to pull it off. Like, yeah, I was waiting for, because in the beginning they didn't really show his face while he was talking, so I was like, maybe his mouth looks all kind of fucked up and not great when he talks. But then in some later scenes, it looked good and it looked fine when he was like talking to Ahsoka and everything. Like, it was believable for sure. Like, if you just set aside your whatever, if you're trying to look for flaws in it, like, it looks good. That's Luke Skywalker.
Yeah, there was so much. I would say it's fan service. I mean, you got to know, like when you're doing these things. All right, here we go. So in this scene, Ahsoka and Luke Skywalker are going to have a conversation. This is something that people thought they would never see. We're going to do it. That's a big fucking deal. Or like when you do the, what's the outlaw guy at the end of the episode?
Cad Bane.
Cad Bane.
Yeah. Like when you do it, you knew exactly what you're doing. Like people are going to be like, oh shit. So what do? He's like, all right, we're going to blur him out. He's going to come out of nowhere. And the sheriff's going to be like, who's that? And it's going to be like a Western. And he's going to be blurred and so far, but he's going to slowly walk. And it's going to fit the genre, the emotion, the sense of awe and wonder, like who this is going to be. And also knowing that fans are going to instantly recognize.
Yeah, it's as long as it makes sense for him to show up,
Yeah.
As long as it makes sense in the time period.
Do you think everything made sense?
I thought, everything made sense to me for sure. And like, it wasn't as big of a reveal, the Cad Bane thing, just because I haven't really watched the Clone Wars that much, or apparently he's in the Bad Batch too. So it didn't have that effect on me, but it was still a cool reveal because I knew it was probably a big deal.
You don't get to see any aliens like that really a lot, and I don't know, the way they set it up, they didn't have to put like the sheriff in the beginning of the episode, but you do that to remind everybody that he's the good guy. B, he kills 3 of the 4 dudes just without even batting an eye. So
quick draw McGraw over here.
Proves how badass he is, and then you get to the end of the episode and he gets gunned down. Him and his deputy get gunned down pretty quick. So it just proves how
you knew that deputy was going down. When he went outside.
Oh, yeah.
You're like,
keeps opening his mouth.
Right.
Shut
Marshall's not for sale. Yeah. Okay, get back inside, Jimmy. Or whatever the hell his name was.
Yeah, that was great. Freetown or Freedom Town. What do they call it?
Freetown.
I like the other name better. I stick with the theme, the Moss stuff. Moss Pumpsville or whatever. It was better that way. What was your guys' favorite scenes?
Oof. I don't know, man. I mean, as much as I enjoyed
Hard question to ask. This one.
I don't know. It's tough because I really, really liked the showdown scene. Like, I'm a sucker for Western stuff. The showdown with the Marshal and Cad Bane. But when Luke pulled out Yoda's lightsaber and was like forcing him to choose, I was like, oh, come on. It's such a hard choice. But yeah, just seeing like Luke and Grogu like palling around, like there's just nothing better than that, man. Mm-hmm. And that's exactly what Star Wars fans wanted to see right now.
Yeah, like you said, it was like just a ton of fan service everywhere because it's not like, I mean, I guess people asked for it, but like they never thought they would actually get it. Is the thing. Like, I don't know, we've been used to being drip fed like movies for so long that now the one that Disney's taken over and they've just started shotgun blasting Star Wars content into everybody's face constantly all the time. You got to get that fan service in there to kind of keep everybody, but you got to, like bringing Cad Bane into it helps pull in, some of the younger people that may have just, grew up in the Clone Wars or stuff like that, or Rebels or whatever, Bad Batch. So,
well, this is the kind of thing that will bring back those, like, maybe either jaded Star Wars fans or like lapsed Star Wars fans. Like this episode right here is like, people are going to be talking about it and be like, oh shit, you haven't been watching Book of Boba Fett? You need to see this episode. And like, this will get people to watch this show.
Just start the season at episode 5.
Exactly.
No, I'm just kidding. I do love Boba, but like, I don't know, it
was a long lead up for sure.
Yeah. And like I said earlier, they just kind of like, you clean up his backstory, you get the whole process moving, you answer a whole bunch of questions, and you just push the plot forward. So I don't know. I guess we'll see where it goes from here. It's interesting because, I'm assuming there's going to be a big showdown in the last episode, but after the last 2, I obviously don't know shit. So,
all right,
who knows?
it comes to that point every week. Let's hear it. What are we rating this? Brandon, I already know yours.
Well, you know what? I know. It's like I'm going to give a 10 out of 10, but I'm thinking 9.5. Only, I don't know. Like, how could I not give this?
Where's that 0.5? Yeah.
Because the next episode is the final, and what do they have in store? There could be some shit stuff.
I don't know.
How do you top this episode, right? Can you top this episode, relatively speaking, to the whole season? Because I've been hanging out in the 8s a lot. And oh man, I'm gonna go 9.5.
Okay.
Just because I'm holding out that there might be something very special next episode.
Okay, David, what say you?
The Nomad from Poland will give this a 9.5.
Okay,
I agree as well.
Okay.
The only thing that I could ask for was like, I mean, you got some action in here.
Han Solo showing up, you're like, hey Luke, you want to get some coffee? And then the Millennium Falcon and Chewie's like,
he comes in doing a power slide.
Oh my god!
Do a burnout.
Get in, loser.
Yeah. I think I have to.
So good. Like, I don't know. The only thing that was missing was like a killer action scene or some big ass shit blowing up. So I don't know. It's hard to get much better though. Like you said, there's so much. It's so full of stuff. Like,
this was. I feel like this was just a gift for Star Wars fans. I have to agree with you guys. I'm going 9.5 as well, just because, like you said, Brandon, I'm hoping like this episode, this season finale just blows my fucking mind. That's what I'm really hoping for.
Yeah,
and I hope we're not disappointed, but
there's still a very limited amount of Boba Fett on the screen. And I think that, like, let's not forget, it's awesome as this is. It is Boba Fett's show. So it's weird that we spent so much time with the character, present time and the past, and learning his journey and his story and who this new version is. And then we're like, all right, but hold on a second. Pause that. Mandalorian and Grogu, right? Luke, you know what I'm saying? Ahsoka. And it's just like, all right, like Boba Fett who? So I think you got to take a little bit off of the score, just because how do you not have the main then call it Star Wars, the helmeted character series. Like fucking, it's not Boba Fett if he's not really in it. It's the Mandalorian. You could have called this a Mandalorian episode. These last 2 episodes, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm excited for next episode though. It did its job with that.
They have one more episode to show how much of a badass Boba Fett is, because we haven't really seen it that much up to this point, and we know we're gonna see him and Mando fighting side by side with Black Chrysanthemum ripping people's arms off, and then who knows who else is gonna show up. So that's what I'm hoping for.
You can do it. Because put that helmet on him, you can put a stunt double in there, get that dude up in the air with his jetpack, shooting like a madman with Boba. I'm sorry, with Mando. Mando and Boba just doing this thing. You got a Wookiee. You got a Rancor too.
Mando whips out the Darksaber.
Don't leave the mods out.
Boba Fett has to be riding the fucking Rancor. I forgot about that. We haven't seen him riding it yet. So he's going to ride into battle on the Rancor, and
it feels like a lot of time has gone past though, like this season. Like I know technically, like in worlds, not a lot of time has gone past, but it feels like, I don't know, like Grogu, and just that training montage feels like a couple weeks went by. Like, or is he just taking them out for a spin?
I thought it was all in one day, honestly, because I was thinking about that the second time, where it's always lit the same.
That's a lot.
Luke only wears the same outfit.
Yeah, even like the Boba stuff. Like I don't know. It's weird because you like jumped over to Mando, and Boba kind of like, you're right, pause over here, and pick up the other story and then come back. But it just feels like a lot of time has gone by. But maybe those Pikes are just dragging ass, getting their troops over there. So who knows?
Yep. I'm excited for the season finale. I can't wait to see what's next. If there isn't anything else, then I think that is it. Great episode. Looking forward to the season finale next week.
Wait, hold on. There's a scene that happened that was so random. I want to ask. Mandalorian, he zips by like the skull on the top of the Jawas.
That's a Cry Dragon skull.
Yeah, so we're to assume that they clean that thing up, and that's the skull. Are they the same ones? Were they rooting for him? Like they were. It seemed like they were cheering.
They were cheering for him.
Oh yeah, definitely.
How do they know? Jawas love Mando.
Okay, but yeah.
Well, the Jawas were bringing him the parts last time to help build his ship and everything. So they helped out with the parts for his ship, so they recognized the ship and everything. And he helped him out before as well. So yeah.
Sorry, I just remember that scene, and I thought it was
they're on Team Mando.
Funny.
They're doing like the trucker horn pull thing. It was good.
Okay, and with that, let me plug our social really quick. At Nomads of Fantasy on Twitter and Instagram. nomadsoffantasy@gmail.com. If you agree with us with our Star Wars or our Book of Boba Fett ratings and are enjoying this, reach out to us. We'd love to hear from you. But other than that, may the Force be with you.
Utini. This episode is brought to you by Dragon Snack Games, Buffalo's full-line hobby game store featuring one of Western New York's largest selection of board games, gaming miniatures, model paint, dice, role-playing games, collectible card games, and more. I have actually been to this place. It's massive, much bigger than you would think. Check it out. That's Dragon Snack Games.